Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the 4 to 5. Eric, Stacy, Monique, and Lauren today.
Hey, everyone. Remember, you can watch us on Fire Stick, Roku, and the WFMY News 2 app.
And we're also on Facebook. Be sure to give us a shout out in the comments section. Let us know that you're here.
Well, we want to jump into your top story at 4 o'clock.
Today, a judge released video of a deadly highway patrol traffic stop in Siler City. On May 30th, Trooper Rodney Cook pulled over 21-year-old Mark Anthony Diaz for what a highway patrol said was a seatbelt violation.
Video shows Diaz pulling out a gun during the stop and getting out of the car, and the Trooper Cook responded with the deadly shot. Highway Patrol did petition to have the footage released. We're only showing a portion of the video here, but you can see the entire video inside this article on our website.
In several cases, the process of releasing officer dash cam or body camera video can take longer than a few weeks. We reached out to the state to find out why this video was made available so quickly, but so far have not received any information back. We'll let you know when we get an update.
Loved ones of Mark Anthony Diaz say he was on his way to a friend's house when the trooper pulled him over. They also say authorities were not clear about the circumstances leading up to his death.
At a vigil held earlier this month, they called for the release of the trooper video. They hoped it would address some of their unanswered questions.
We want to just know the truth, what happened from start to finish. Just let us know. I mean, if he did something wrong and it ended like that, then okay. But, you know, if that's wrongful, somebody needs to be fired.
Right now, Trooper Cook is on administrative duty during an internal investigation per protocol. The State Bureau of Investigation is handling the investigation into the shooting.
Turning now to your 4 to 5 roundup. A woman has serious injuries after she was hit by an impaired driver. Winston-Salem police say last night Trevor Ivester was driving on Skylark Drive. That's when he crossed the center line and crashed into a woman driving in the opposite direction. Both were taken to the hospital with serious injuries. Officers say excessive speed also contributed to the crash. Ivester faces several charges, including driving while impaired. Today, the Guilford County Board of Elections denied an election protest made by former County Commissioner Alan Branson. Branson accused local leaders of illegally using taxpayer dollars to campaign for Guilford County Schools' $1.7 billion bond. You'll remember the bond was on this year's primary ballot. The bond passed by a large margin, 61% to 39%. Today's meeting determined if leaders would further investigate Branson's claims. He now has the ability to appeal the decision to the State Board of Elections. We'll have more about that coming up at 5 o'clock. Developing now, the Greensboro Science Center is on the brink of an expansion. If voters agree, the center will get $20 million for 2 new projects. Next month, voters will see the bond on their ballots. If approved, city leaders say funds will come from the Greensboro Parks and Recreation Bond. The new additions include a rainforest biodome and an aquatic rehab complex. Leaders hope the upgrades will move the city to the forefront of science-based tourism in North Carolina. Well, Guilford County Schools is committed to feeding students even when school is not in session. Their summer meal program starts next Monday. Free breakfast will be served from 8 to 9 a.m. and lunch from 11 to noon, Mondays through Thursdays at schools across the county. To see a full list of sites offering meals, you can visit their website.
Well, you know, it's that time of year again, time for those summer camps. And this summer, the Girl Scouts, they have everything you need in one location. So I visited the folks at Camp Kiowee in Sophia this morning and got a preview of what they will offer this summer. Katie Tiemann was my guide. Take a look. I mean, are you kidding me? Did you ever go to camp? Because this says camp, right? That's what it's all about. Katie knows that very well because you're running things out here. As I trip and fall on
It's
you.
okay,
I'm so sorry.
please.
It's camp. It's what you're supposed to do. What will happen here this summer? This is a big deal.
It is a big deal. So we have girls ages 6 to 17 coming out to camp, and they'll do a traditional sleepaway camp and spend the night with us and do a lot of great activities, arts and crafts, boating, climbing wall, archery, all the typical things that you would do, that you you think about when you think about summer camp.
And horses, lots of horses.
Lots of horses. We do have lots of horses too.
You know, so it's fascinating to me because when I just come out here, it just brings back a lot of memories. These are memories that they'll keep forever.
Forever, yeah. You will always remember either your first time at summer camp or your 10th time at summer camp. And like the great thing about a lot of our staff is they were campers here too. And so they've spent 12 summers here as campers, and now they're staff members. So they have the love for camp.
And I think you were talking to me earlier about the number of volunteer hours. Some of these people have been volunteering before they were, now they're on staff.
Exactly.
Which says a lot about the organization.
It does. And so they just love being out here during the year, and they're like, can we come home for a weekend? And I'm like, yes, please come and spend some time with the girls and spend some time out at camp.
So I bet this will look a lot different in a few weeks when it's filled with all these Girl Scouts.
Yes, on Sunday. So on Sunday we're expecting about 150 girls.
Wow.
And so it's going to be loud and chaotic, and you're going to hear songs and screaming and just so much excitement in the atmosphere.
And it is, I mean, the typical camp experience when I think of it, that fire pit, like this is everything that says camp.
Exactly. They'll be cooking over on, the fire on Wednesday night, and then they'll be making their breakfast on Thursday morning, and they're going to go home tired and dirty and full of great stories.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Tired and dirty. That's what camp is.
Exactly.
Yeah, for goodness sake. Yeah, now you know where to send your girls this summer. Tired and dirty. Yeah, that's what she said. So funny. It's if you've ever been to camp, as soon as I set foot on this and you look in those cabins, it just brings back so many memories. But they do day camp, or if you just want to go take your kid for the day, like a 8 to 5 kind of thing. Don't quote me on the hours. And then they'll do like a 3-night type thing, and they also do a week. So you can choose the level of involvement that you want. But they said probably a majority of their staff members have either been to camp there or volunteered for 300 hours and then end up getting hired.
And that's usually how it works a lot of times. I was a Girl Scout, I was a Brownie and a junior, and during my junior year, I got to do like a 2-night camp situation, and a lot of our camp leaders and counselors were Girl Scouts at one point too, but it really builds character, you know, having to take showers out there, and you know, you get to learn how to cook with the fire and all that. It's a great time.
Oh yeah, I did something similar. It wasn't with Girl Scouts, but did an overnight camp for a week back home, and it was such a fun experience. The bathroom part was not.
Yeah,
right,
that part is interesting.
Sharing with everybody, but I'm sure all these girls are so ready. I don't know if it was probably, but I would assume it was probably canceled the past 2 years because of COVID. So they're probably ready to get back to camp and see their friends.
Well, and they also have 20 horses and a donkey. And she said that they have to actually, you know, they have people that live at that camp year round and take care of those animals. So it's a huge deal, and the girls get experience. Oh, and you do not have to be a Girl Scout to attend this camp.
Oh, okay.
Need to make that clear. You don't have to be.
So this is a treat, and definitely a treat for parents too. They can send their kids off to
Yeah,
have a lot of
week off
fun
themselves.
And by the time that they come home, they're tired and ready for bed.
It's exactly the way you want it.
Tired and dirty.
All right, let's check in with Monique and see what it's going to look like this weekend when they go.
Well, before we get to the weekend, there is some active weather expected in the forecast. Yesterday, I said we could see some light showers across the area, and we did see that today. Just some drizzles, and we've seen that in Winston-Salem, some portions of Guilford County. As of now, things are dry, and we're seeing some light showers in the southern tip of Davidson County and just south of Asheboro. In Burlington, you're just seeing a few clouds, but the sun is doing its thing today. We've warmed up to about the low 80s, 83 in Burlington currently, with those winds out of the south-southwest. That southerly wind is what's bringing in the dew points and making them feel like they are just sticky outside when you walk outside. That's all due to that increase in humidity. So 82 is the current temperature in Greensboro, 83 down in High Point, 82 in Asheboro. So we're all at 85 in Yanceyville. They're a little bit warmer over there. Everyone's just sitting in those 80s, and we're also sitting in the humidity. It feels sticky outside, and I'm happy to be indoors because earlier today when I was outside, I was sweating, and I was just out there for a brief period. And that's going to be the case as we continue through this week, with these dew points staying in the 60s for today, for tomorrow, and for Thursday. We're going to feel very uncomfortable. We get a brief break from it on Friday, but all of this activity, this juicy air and these warm temperatures are the perfect ingredients for us to get to see some storms, and that begins as early as tomorrow afternoon. So this is a look at our planner for the day. We're going to be warming up through the afternoon, and this warm air is going to be a great part of the story when we talk about what leads to storms. The warm air is one contributing factor. The dew points, another one. So we're seeing storm possibility through the latter part of your Wednesday, and some of that lingering into the early part of Tuesday. Now, some of these storms could be strong and maybe severe. I'll be breaking more down as to what exactly we can expect with the Futurecast. Just for you, I know a lot of you guys love to see that Futurecast kind of show you exactly what we can expect to see through the day tomorrow. So I'll be talking more about it when we get back.
Right now, manufacturing and shipments are working to offset the nationwide baby formula shortage, but the help can't come fast enough for families dealing with empty grocery store shelves. Some parents are exploring formula alternatives, but as WFMY News 2's Megan Milleris verifies, other options can vary.
Parents will do whatever it takes to make sure their children don't have empty bellies. That's why this nationwide formula shortage is fueling desperate measures to find even just one can of the precious commodity. Amplifying the stress is both the mom guilt and mom shaming, stemming from a social media culture that is too quick to criticize. One of the most common questions raised amid the shortage, why not just breastfeed? Let's verify. Is it even possible to reestablish breastfeeding after stopping? The answer, yes, but relactation, as it's called, is much easier said than done. Our sources are the La Leche League, the American Academy of Pediatrics, and certified lactation consultant Beth Sanders.
It is possible. It is also difficult. And the longer it has been since a parent breastfed or made milk, the more difficult it is. And this is why I'm really encouraging families right now that if you're currently lactating, continue to do so to the point that you're able.
As breastfeeding slows or stops, the body signals the brain to produce less milk, eventually drying up the supply. Sanders said that's why relactation is most successful if done within a few weeks of stopping. The process takes a big commitment for sometimes minimal payout. To re-stimulate milk production, the Leche League recommends the mom hand express or pump at least 8 to 12 times a day, including at night, for 20 to 30 minutes. If baby will latch, put him or her to the breast before and after each feeding, and consult a certified lactation consultant who can develop a plan and offer support.
Good nutrition and hydration definitely helps. So just lots and lots of healthy calories going in, lots of hydration and rest. I think one thing that we tend to do in our culture is minimize the importance of rest.
Set realistic expectations. Even if it works, it doesn't always produce enough breast milk for the baby's needs. So the mother might still need to supplement with formula or pasteurized donor milk. That said, Sanders does not recommend mixing breast milk with formula powder because it can make the nutrient concentration unsafe or lead to waste, so offer them separately. In conclusion, yes, we verified relactation is possible in a short window of time, but can be difficult and often requires help from a certified lactation consultant. And relactation is not the big picture solution to the formula shortage. Lactation experts acknowledge if a woman has stopped breastfeeding, there's a reason. For example, a milk allergy, a medical condition, or lack of pumping breaks at work. So in certain circumstances, relactation might not be ideal, and there's no shame in that. With your Verify, I'm Megan Malaris.
If you have a question you want verified, send it to us. You can email it to verify@wfmy.com. Also, if you or someone you know needs help finding formula, there's guidance from the government. Just go to hhs.gov/babyformula. There you'll find alternative help, stock updates, and much more. We'll be right back.
Guess what?
Facebook. Wait a minute, I need
Julie
log
got
in.
to ring the bell.
She
Yay.
rang the bell. Julie rang the bell.
Somebody on
Julie
Facebook
rang
tell
the
me who
bell.
sang that originally.
Ringa, ringa, ring.
I want to know if you know. Do you know?
Oh, look
who
at
sang
how
it?
cute she is.
No,
After
no that's
she
close
rang the
though.
bell.
It's a one-hit wonder as far as I know.
And if you didn't know, Julie is coming back
$20
tomorrow.
gift card for
Yes.
anyone who can sing.
Yeah, don't listen
with
to courtesy of Lauren Coleman.
courtesy of Eric Chilton and the Chiltones.
Let me jump in.
Free tickets to the Chilton
hiatus band.
comeback tour.
Come back to her.
Come back to her. We will be back. It's just going to take a little bit. I can't find that this is. Oh, there we are.
Julie rang the bell.
That's what we need to do.
Julie rang the bell.
The bell. Ding
Ding,
dong ding.
Julie rang the bell.
I think it was Anita Ward was her name. I'm going to look that up.
Oh, she looks so cute.
I know. Everybody look at it's Tanya's Twitter page, right? Is that right?
Yeah,
Stace
it's all
did
over
so?
Twitter. Chad tweeted some video and pictures.
Let me
Tim
see
did
here.
too. I wonder if they posted it on Facebook yet. Chad's pretty good about posting on Facebook. We're so excited to have her back tomorrow. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
that was
posted
it.
some photos on his Facebook page if you want to see it.
All right, Facebook.
Be right back.
Bye-bye.
Well, some folks have seen some rain today and others have stayed completely dry across the central Piedmont. As we widen this view, though, we can see there's some more severe activity as we look to our west. Portions of Tennessee there, we see those yellow polygons. Those are severe thunderstorm warnings, as well as back further west towards Arkansas. And then we go real further back, we can even see some more yellow polygons to the west. Now, the Storm Prediction Center has them under a major severe weather watch as they are are under an enhanced risk, and even some areas under a slight risk across there, Arkansas and Tennessee. But tomorrow that shifts and changes. As you can see, that slight risk, that yellow box you're seeing there, shifts a little bit to the east, and then we're in the green. That's the marginal risk level 1s for severe weather. So what I'm expecting for tomorrow, scattered storms, and the best chance of seeing them would be between 2 p.m. and 10 p.m. The primary storm threats would be lightning, that comes with thunderstorms, damaging winds, and hail. Those are the things that we're going to be keeping an eye out for. So the futurecast, let's see how things pan out. So we're looking at clouds now. We get a break from them, but the real clouds move in as we start the day on Wednesday. Some of them could spit out a little bit of rain. The storms, this is what I'm talking about here, we're seeing on our futurecast, the development of some activity after that 2 p.m. time frame, shifting across and moving east, and we could see some redevelopment late Wednesday night going into early Thursday, but then the rest of your Thursday I think should be in good shape, and we should get to see some sunshine before the day ends. So here's your 7-day. Those temperatures staying very warm, and like I said earlier, those very warm temperatures are a key ingredient to help for these thunderstorms to develop, as well as those dew points. We have that moisture in place. All of this activity for the day Wednesday going into your Thursday is due to a cold front crossing, and that cold front, magic word there, cold, brings in cooler air for the day on Friday, and those humidity values, the dew point values there, will dip. So we're going to have less humidity for the day on Friday. Another cold front swings through, brings us some more storm chances for your Saturday.
All right, today on U Day, Coach Lamont shares a story of Mark Twain and the power of respect. Take a listen.
Mark Twain once told a story of how he was at a dinner party. Now, there was a woman who sat next to him at the table. During the dinner, he leaned over to the lady and out of courtesy said, "You are so beautiful." The lady replied, "I'm sorry, but I can't say the same for you." He then told her, "That's all right. You could be like me, an author who tells lies for a living. If you dish it out, you should be ready to take it." See, life is about how we treat others, and we should expect the same treatment that we dish out. We have mastered throwing stones, but when a stone is thrown at you, duck, keep it, and build something with it. You don't have to become the insult. Live above it and build something positive from the negative. This is Coach Lamont. Make today your best U Day. I'll see you tomorrow.
A new Carolina Panthers cheerleader is showing up with pride. Justine Lindsay is now the first openly transgendered NFL cheerleader. She announced the news via Instagram and is one of 29 new members. In the post, Lindsay thanked loved ones and the Panthers organization. She says the team supports all people and is proud to be recognized. Lindsay ended the post by saying she cannot wait to show everyone what she has to bring.
Right now, there are about 26% of LGBTQ plus adults raising children in our state. This month, the Greensboro Children's Museum is hosting a series of pride-themed programs highlighting diverse families in our community. In one of these programs, museum staff and kids will use a prism to show how light is refracted to make a rainbow symbolizing pride. Leaders say helping youth better understand what they're already exposed to is important.
They're exposed to it anyway, so why not be it in an environment where we're committed to being engaging, development of the child. You're gonna interact with people from all walks of life the longer you live. So we wanna make sure people understand, okay, you're different in this way, you're different in this way, but we can still work together, create things.
Programs like this helped Greensboro get a perfect score for inclusivity for the LGBTQ plus community. The city received 100 points in the latest National Human Rights Campaign Municipal Equality Index. Greensboro was also one of the first cities in North Carolina to pass a non-discrimination ordinance.
Greensboro is one of the most diverse places in North Carolina to me. What we're going to take a look at is the structures of families and how that changes, but how the core theme of a family is actually love and not necessarily what that familial structure looks like.
There is no extra fee to participate in family pride programs. They are included with admission. The museum changes its theme monthly, so next month's theme is Celebration of Summer.
Love this. I think it's so important for children to learn about all different types of people,
It is.
all different backgrounds and walks of life. It just makes them more well-rounded and really helps you to just be a well-rounded person and citizen.
There was a lady who she would call into the Ellen show. Ellen would call her. She was an older lady and she had a real strong Southern accent. I can't remember what her name was, but she was so funny. But one of the things she said with Ellen, when Ellen got married and she was talking about that on TV, I love this line. She said, well, Ellen, she goes, I hate that some people say bad things about that because if everybody in the church choir sang the same note, there'd be no harmony. And I said, what a great line that is.
That's really cool. I mean, I just think it's so important that we respect people that are not like us and that we need to be accepting and loving and kind to all people. I mean, I always go back to thinking Jesus loved everyone, every single person. So I think that you should show love to everybody.
Being good to people is like, should be across all races, colors, religion, sexual orientation. Just being good to each other is what it's all
Simple,
about.
human, basic rule. Treat
Right.
others with kindness. Treat people the way you would like to be treated.
Right. Yep. As Harry Styles says, treat people with kindness.
Always got to
Always
throw
comes
in a
back to
Harry
Harry.
Styles quote.
You're welcome.
Sure does. You're welcome, Triad. We'll take a break. We'll be back. That's it. You see what that says. Hashtag 4 to 5. Don't forget to do social media and let us know that you're watching. We're in a mood today. There is something in the air with this show today. I don't know what it is.
Lots of giggles.
It's like it's Friday.
It is my Friday. I was getting ready to say
that's
that.
right.
So
Well, that's exactly what it is. Well, thanks guys for joining us. We hope that you have a little bit of fun with us today. If you're watching us on WFMY News 2, maybe Fire Stick, Roku, or the News 2 app.
And you know we're always streaming live on Facebook, so give us a shout in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.
And you know what it is? We can't even say it's Friday Eve because it's not, but that mode is here. Well, Monique can. Yeah, she's the only one that's legitimate, says 2 days off coming up. But we are in that mode, and I will tell you, this is the show that's a little different than the rest of them, so a Friday mood fits every single day.
It does.
Yeah,
We're
we like to
always
have
having fun in the breaks, in the comments. We're having a ball on Facebook.
And we chat on Facebook too, make sure you're in.
Yeah, but of course we do bring you the latest headlines and news that you need to know. So let's go ahead and get right to your 4 to 5 roundup. Today, the Guilford County Board of Elections denied an election protest made by former County Commissioner Alan Branson. Branson accused local leaders of illegally using taxpayer dollars to campaign for Guilford County Schools' $1.7 billion bond. You'll remember the bond was on this year's primary ballot. The bond passed by a large margin, 61% to 39%. Today's meeting determined if leaders would further investigate Branson's claims. He now has the ability to appeal the decision to the State Board of Elections. We'll have more on that coming up at 5 o'clock. Developing now, the Greensboro Science Center is on the brink of an expansion. If voters agree, the center will get $20 million for 2 new projects. Next month, voters will see the bond on their ballots, and if approved, city leaders say funds will come from the Greensboro Parks and Recreation Bond. The new additions include a rainforest biodome and an aquatic rehab complex. Leaders now will hope the upgrades will move the city to the forefront of science-based tourism in North Carolina. The Greensboro Housing Coalition is taking action in the affordable housing crisis. They're hosting virtual candidates forums to talk about ways to address the issue. Tomorrow from 11:30 to 1, the public can hear from city council candidates. Thursday at the same time, the mayoral candidates will discuss their ideas to tackle the housing crisis. You can register to be a part of the event on the city's website. There will also be recordings of the forums to watch later on.
City of Winston-Salem is launching a new job readiness program for at-risk youth and young adults. The Positive Path program offers part-time employment, exposure to STEAM careers, mentorship, and hands-on training for residents ages 16 to 24. Now, during the 20-week program, participants will have the opportunity to earn their GED, as well as a nationally recognized construction certificate.
Well, we really are going to focus on short-term and long-term goals. We're also going to pair every apprentice with a mentor. So we hope that they utilize the skills that they learned here throughout their lifetime.
Participants called apprentices will earn $15 an hour and work 20 hours per week. Applicants must live in a low-income household, be a current or former foster youth, or have an incarcerated parent or caregiver.
There is a lot of negativity surrounding this population, and we want to give them new exposure to new things so that they could create their own positive path to success.
The City of Winston-Salem is accepting applications through July 17th with the hopes of the program starting August 1st. Program organizers are still looking for more mentors and guest speakers from the community, so if you're interested, just look for these details on our website. This is such a great program. They really want to get all of the community involved to help, get some of these young people on the right path.
And I think the key is getting to people early.
Yes.
I mean, we always talk about that, how if you can get to young people before, it's harder for people to change when you get older. I mean, that's just a fact. And so you get people young, you teach them the right way to do things, and they'll never forget it. It's a life lesson that pays back.
And they're learning real skills. Like
Yes.
they get that a construction certificate, and she says they're going to go on different field trips. They're going to look at different historical buildings in Winston-Salem and break them down to like that engineering and architectural level.
So cool.
College tours. It's like a really well-to-do program.
I mean, this is something we were just talking about last week with all the violence that's going on, with it being a lot of teens involved in these crimes. What are some things that we can do to get them involved, or things that they can do to learn and grow and get out of the place that they've been in for so long, or that they might end up going to? And so I think this is one of those answers. There are still a lot of things that need to be done, but I think this is one thing that teens, kids can look forward to and be a part of, and hopefully their life will change for the better.
Especially that mentor aspect, because that's so
yes.
important. People need to be able to see what I can be, what I can do. I mean, even with us with the job that we do every day, kids are at home looking at us like, I could be a news person one day. I could be a lawyer. I could be an engineer. You know, I could be a chef. So I really think that this is a great program. It is a pilot program, so they're hoping as they get more people involved, it will just continue to expand.
Well, you're right about mentor, because that's it ends up being one-on-one.
Yeah.
You may be a guest speaker, and then some kid, you pull them aside or they pull you aside and you sit there and talk with them. That connection, it's a big difference for someone to come to you individually and say, you can do this, than to just speak to a group, you know, and that's what happens in those mentor situations. You get pulled one-on-one and make a difference.
And a lot of people just need someone to believe in them.
Yeah.
That's all it takes to say, I believe it. Yep, that's true. All right, let's check our forecast, see what's coming up. We have Monique standing by for that.
Not much happening today, but tomorrow, that's when things will get a bit busier across the central Piedmont. So taking a look currently at our satellite radar, we saw some showers roll off the mountains and make their way into the Triad just about a couple of hours ago, but things are drier now. And that's all due to this high pressure moving out over the weekend. And to start the week, the high pressure kept things nice and quiet. But as that thing moves away, we're going to start to see some more unsettled weather set itself up. And Wednesday being the main day as that happens, just ahead of a cold front that's going to cross. That cold front crossing the area early in the day on Thursday, and just ahead of it, that's when we're going to be seeing those storms develop. So let's take a look at the futurecast. So staying dry tonight, more clouds build in across the area to start the day on Wednesday. We start out with some light showers, and then the best chance of storms will be after 2 p.m. and continuing through about 10 p.m. And then as we start today on Thursday, some of that stuff could linger into the early part of Thursday, but Thursday as a whole will be a dry, nice day. I think very similar to Sunday. If you recall, it was not that much humidity out there. Temperatures were in the low 80s. We will see, though, those winds pick up at times, not only through the day tomorrow, but also as we go into the Thursday afternoon, we're going to see those winds pick up roughly up to around 25 miles per hour behind that front. So you can see the temperatures staying warm for your Wednesday and your Thursday. Friday looking good, feeling good. And then Saturday, that's when another round of storms are possible as another cold front swings through. Sunday, dry day, and we're getting to see plenty of sunshine.
Well, from cancer fight to cancer survivor. It is a big day. Today, our very own Julie Luck got to ring the cancer survival bell. And tomorrow, guess what? She'll be right back here on WFMY News 2. Julie says her journey doesn't stop here. She will be monitored for about 5 years before she's considered being in full remission. But today was a celebration, one she did with so many people by her side.
You know, the cancer journey can be very lonely, but I never felt alone during this. From the cards, the posts, the messages, the emails, the gifts, the flowers, the list goes on, and most importantly, the prayers. I have been surrounded by love from the very beginning.
That's for sure. We are so ready to have her back. We know you are too. Make sure you tune in tomorrow, WFMY News 2 at 5 for Julie's return then.
We're definitely excited. She's such a great mentor and newsroom leader and just an overall great person. Very sweet, always smiling and always willing to help people out.
A great friend, that's for sure.
Yeah, she just always brings this positive energy when she steps foot in the newsroom, and the fact that she's going to be back full time. I'm so excited to see her and hug her again. And oh, look at that video. Oh,
I love it.
It makes me tear up just seeing
I
it.
know.
Her hugging all of our other co-workers.
Oh, there's
and
her
She's
husband.
so sweet.
oh, such a big monumental day in her life, and we're
very proud of her.
We are very happy for her.
It is. You know, I'll never forget the day, and she wanted to tell all of us in person, so she talked to all of us in the newsroom. And when she said all that, it was shocking for all of us. But to watch her go through this journey, and some of us have visited her even during this, throughout it, she's come through with flying colors. We all knew she would, and you know, thank goodness, we're so happy.
She is so strong.
She is.
She has had the best attitude about this. She has fought with grace. You know, I mean, I just look up to her in so many ways, and
Her posts were so real.
yeah.
Like everything she showed, she talked about going through chemo, showed it while
And
she was
she
doing
was
it.
always optimistic, and one of her biggest missions was to educate others to go out and get tested, and so many people have written in saying that they've done that, so she's inspired a lot of us.
She made, no bones about it. She said, I want to be honest about this. Her husband kept telling her she needed to get checked, she needed to get checked. She said, I kept putting it off, and then finally I said, okay, I will. And it quite possibly could have saved her life. I mean, she's honest about that with people, and that's her mission now, to make sure everybody knows. Get checked, it's what you have to do.
And she was someone who was an avid runner.
Oh,
she eats well.
super fit.
Oh, she's super
and
healthy.
so it just really was shocking when we heard the news, and it really just goes to show, like, no one,
You don't know.
everyone needs to get tested.
Got to get tested.
Yeah.
That's the story there. Congratulations, Julie. Can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Yay.
We'll be back.
She's a fighter.
All right. I am talking about taking a social media break. Oh,
Developing now, a new Apple update is changing text capabilities soon. iPhone users will be able to edit or unsend text messages. The feature is part of the company's iOS 16 update. The tech giant also promises new enhancements to the Wallet app and a safety feature for domestic violence victims. The company says those impacted will be able to instantly disable information sharing access to specific users.
Wow. Technology keeps on getting smarter, and in many ways it positively impacts our community.
Yeah, sometimes tech and social media can be a little bit overwhelming, constant scrolling, notifications, and sometimes people just feel bombarded.
Right now, Blanca Cobb, who has a master's degree in psychology, joins us live to help work through some of those emotions. So Blanca, why is it important to take a break from social media?
there's too many comparisons on social media. You can have all kinds of feelings, from feeling a little depressed, lonely, to anger. And let me tell you why. Because when you're scrolling through social media, you're seeing who's doing what, who has what. You're seeing pictures of people who are fit, people who are vacationing, people who are loving their job, having fun with their family, and the list goes on. And then you might be wondering, well, that's not happening in my life, so what am I doing wrong? It's not a very good feeling.
Yeah, I like the saying that, Instagram is just a highlight
Yep.
reel of
It
people's
is.
lives. It doesn't show the real things. But Blanca, what is the benefit of taking a break from social media?
When you take a break from social media, then the people who you are around, you're actually going to be in the moment. You're going to be able to enjoy their company and what you're doing because your mind isn't on, oh, I want to post, or I want to take this selfie, or let's pose for this picture because I want to post it on social media. That takes time away from the discussion and the conversation and the camaraderie that you're feeling with the people you're around.
So is it possible that if you take a break from social media, how does that help or hurt your relationships with people?
It can totally help your relationship with people if you take a break from social media. And let me tell you how. Because when you're giving somebody your undivided attention, what are you telling them? You're important. I'm enjoying your company. I'm enjoying the conversation. I'm having fun with you. Every time you look at your phone or you're posting or you're scrolling, what are you saying? It's like, oh, I'm going to interrupt what's going on right now because I want to see what else is happening. What am I missing on this phone? And that's not a good feeling. So what happens is people will feel closer to you when you give them your undivided attention, which means you can build stronger emotional connections.
And what I miss, Blanca, is catching up with someone. There's no reason to call anybody as much anymore because you've seen it all,
Yeah,
right?
right.
So I know what your kids are doing. I know what trip you went on recently.
You know what they ate for lunch
Yes,
today.
and I hate the fact that, because I like to call and talk on the phone, like that's to catch up with somebody.
That's a good point that you're bringing up, Eric. It is much better. You can hear somebody's voice. You can hear the happiness. You can hear the excitement, and you can share in that. That's something that is missed when all you're doing is posting on social media and scrolling on social media.
Yeah, I have to remind myself, okay, the person I'm with right now is much more important than all the things happening
The little
on my
sound
phone.
effects, bling, bling.
And
bling.
sometimes it's just better to save things for yourself. I feel like the world doesn't always have to know everything that you're doing. It's sometimes good to keep some things private and personal.
And I'm tired of hearing every 3 seconds.
Well, Blanca, thank you so much. A lot of great advice there. And if you want to continue the conversation with her, you can go to her Facebook page. That's Blanca Cobb, body language expert. We'll be right back.
Wendy's hair is going pink for the new Frosty this season. This summer, Wendy's is releasing the Strawberry Frosty. It will have the same smooth texture, but with a strawberry flavor. While the fast food eatery did not put a specific end date for the limited edition item, it'll only be around for the summer. So this got a lot of people buzzing about this online. So I asked you on my Facebook page, what's your favorite fast food dessert? Wanda Harkin says any cookout shake. Quite a variety. Daryl Watkins says Burger King's Hershey Sundae Pie. Yes. Vanessa Robertson wrote Arby's Cherry Turnover or McDonald's Strawberry Cream Pie when they have it. Martha Ward wrote Cinnamon Twist from Taco Bell. Curtis Allred says Wendy's Chocolate Frosty. And then our very own Avery Powell wrote the McDonald's M&M McFlurry is where it's at.
Okay, but only if their ice cream machine
That's
is working.
What I was thinking.
Yes,
I was
exactly.
like, I don't remember the last
working.
time the machine was
Did you
working.
see CBS Sunday Morning did a whole thing on the ice cream machine situation at McDonald's?
Did they? Isn't there like a lawsuit? There's some type of like lawsuit.
So there was a
why it's
company that had a fix for what was going on with the machines, but then the company that made the machines came up with something that imitated that or whatever, or fixed it themselves and put that company out of business, and now they're suing McDonald's.
Yeah.
So the whole ice cream thing's a real deal.
Because it's a specific
Drama.
way to clean it too, and
Yeah,
only
it takes
one.
a long
yeah,
time.
so it's always.
But I do
broken.
love their soft serve ice cream.
I really do
Love
love that Hershey Sundae Pie from
haven't
Burger
had that.
King. It
I
is
didn't
really
know
good.
that was a thing.
It's really good, and then you can actually buy a big one from the grocery store, which I have
What?
done before.
Okay.
I'm a
Very
Wendy's
tasty.
Frosty, original chocolate frost. I love those.
You dip your fries in it.
I do not do that.
That is
Oh,
pretty
that's
good.
pretty good.
Some
Yeah.
people like that. I do not like that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love sweets. I absolutely love all cookout milkshakes. I
Yes, me
love
too.
Dairy Queen, their blizzards, and then also, have you ever had the cheesecake from Popeyes? I don't even know if they still have
I
it.
have not had the cheesecake.
No,
from
I didn't know they
Popeyes.
made that.
They used to. If they might. I don't know. If
But
they
our
do anymore.
producer Kayana was saying they had beignets there too. Never
What?
tried them.
So that I've had.
Okay.
That's good.
I didn't know they had those at Popeyes.
I know.
Yeah, that's
I
real-
like beignets.
Stacey goes, I gotta go.
Okay, I'm going to Popeyes now. Oh, and
out the
then Burger King, they also have the mini cinnamon rolls for breakfast, but they're just so good.
Yeah. Those are pretty good.
Okay, I'm really hungry.
Now I'm starving. All
We're
right,
just showing how greedy we are. We always
Monique?
talk about food on the show.
right. What's your favorite dessert, Monique?
I'm going with Rita's, and they don't have one around here, but Rita's would be good. I love the gelati. Now, tonight, temperatures staying in those upper 60s. It's going to be a warm, muggy night for us with those winds still out of the south, making for a muggy feel. And that same feel is going to stick with us as we go through the day. But one thing we're going to see tomorrow that we're not seeing today is active weather. And we're talking storms for the afternoon and temperatures warming up through the day and then cooling down, but not really staying in the 70s as we end out the Wednesday. So the futurecast, again, I just want to pinpoint and show you what we can expect to see through the next couple of days. So clouds building in to start the day on Wednesday. For your afternoon, that's when we get the best chance to see some showers and storms develop. Some of those could be severe. We're talking damaging winds or hail as the two primary threats. The tornado threat on the very low end, not expecting that for today, tomorrow. Some stuff could redevelop as we start the day on Thursday, and I'm talking overnight hours, so more than likely when you'll be asleep. And then as we start the day on Thursday, some of those clouds will stay with us, but then break and give way to sunshine before the day ends. So here's a look at your 7-day before we end this 4 p.m. hour. Those temperatures staying warm, and we're looking at another round of storms possible on Saturday.
Monique, thank you. If someone special in your life is graduating this season, we want to show them some love. Shout out your senior by texting their name and the school they're graduating from to 336-379-5775. You can also include a picture of the graduates. Please, no professional photos. And check out these pictures we've already gotten in. Congratulations, graduates. Best of luck from all of us here at WFMY News 2. There they are. We'll be right back.
An effort to overturn the passing of a Guilford County Schools $1.7 billion bond.
I mean, I think it would work well in like Southern California, Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut.
Mic check 1 2 3 1 2 3.
Mic check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 1 2 3 4.
No, I can't. I can't hear anything. Now I hear it. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Yes, I can hear you both. It's time for my 2 cents.
It's time for my 2 cents. Remember how athleisure was the go-to look during the pandemic? Jogger sets, sweats, that's so 2020. As people are heading back into the office and going to events once again, shoppers are pushing aside the leggings and putting on their dressier pants. We now have a reason to get dressed up, and not just from the waist up for those Zoom calls. The change is even hitting retailers. According to the Wall Street Journal, large stores like Walmart, Macy's, and Gap are dealing with an excessive inventory in casual wear and home goods. Even though it's not good news for big box stores, I have to admit I'm loving getting dressed up again. Of course, it's a requirement of my job, but it's been fun to plan out outfits for events again, like a play at the Tanger Center or an afternoon tea with friends. I just think about the days that we were stuck at home, and the extent of our plans included learning the new TikTok dance or baking banana bread. I really did miss the days of having something to get dolled up for. That's just my 2 cents. That's your 4 to 5. WFMY News 2 at 5 starts right now.
An effort to overturn the passing of a Guilford County Schools $1.7